So it's almost time. Good evening, everyone. I'm glad to have you here. Welcome to Excel Masterclass. This class promises to be very interesting, very exciting, and revealing also because we'll be learning a whole lot of things. There'll be a whole lot of mindset shifts from how you see Microsoft Excel before now. Is that okay? So I will implore all of us to have an open mind because it's actually going to be interactive. On our screen here is what we are going to be learning for today. And we have this master class will be lasting for 2 days. So day 1 and day 2. So this is day 1. So what to expect? Why Microsoft Excel? Okay. So we'll look at basic of spreadsheets. We'll look at cell referencing in Excel, basic data summary skills in Excel. So hope you are ready for this class. So put on your seatbelts as we are going to be heading straight to what we have for today. So why Microsoft Excel? Now, Microsoft Excel is the software that everybody is very, very familiar with, but not everybody know the many things that you can actually do with Microsoft Excel. So we are bringing this to your awareness that with Excel, you can actually leverage on a whole lot of opportunities. So opportunities abound with Microsoft Excel. A whole lot of people are making a career, a living with Microsoft Excel. So why don't you tap into this today? That is the essence of this class. So this class is like a building block. In case you've been seeing Microsoft Excel as one of those other softwares that, okay, maybe you just use it for the sake of passing exams. So this should not be the case at this time because with Microsoft Excel, the skills are in demand in the, okay, please, you can mute your mic. So the skills of Microsoft Excel is actually in demand in the corporate world, is actually in demand, be it in schools, be it whether you are an accountant or what have you. Even as a businessman, you did Microsoft Excel. So the reason why we are having this class is to actually open your eyes to the many opportunities that is in front of you as far as Microsoft Excel is concerned. Okay, that is very good. Awesome. Now, to the business of the day. So I actually don't believe in too much talk, but we just have to have something that we are building on. Is okay. One thing with Excel is that what it is more of what do, right? It's more of what practical. It is practically what oriented. So we are here now. We are here now. So in Microsoft Excel, I will assume that all of us are novices in Microsoft Excel. So the very first thing to start Excel is to double click on the Excel icon. So make sure that you already have Microsoft Office Suite installed. So when you hit your start menu, just type what? Excel, right? And your Excel will come up and you can just open it or double click it, right? I guess that is basic. So when it opens up to what you have on your screen here. Right? It opens up to what you have on your screen here. When you create a file in Excel or when you want to open a new workbook. So if you want to create a new workbook, you'll notice that what? You'll notice that the file actually ends with what? .xlsx, all right? So the file extension of every Excel from 2013 onwards ends with what? .xlsx, all right? That is the file extension for every Excel. Earlier versions, 2010, 2007 has .xls, all right? So what that X at the end means what is actually extended, or you can actually see that is the extended version of the previous Excel class, all right? So once you open your Excel, the total Excel file is actually called the Excel workbook, the Excel workbook. And within the workbook, we'll have worksheets. If you can see the bottom part of my screen here, I have several things that looks like tabs open. So these are several worksheets within Microsoft Excel workbook. Hope you are getting what I'm saying, all right? So within the workbook, you can have several worksheets and you can add more worksheet by just clicking this plus button here and you have a new worksheet. Does that make sense? Now, within the worksheet, you also have the vertical guys that is called the columns and the horizontal guys that is called the what? Rows. So the vertical guys, you notice that it has what? Column letters, all right? and it is represented by what? Column letters, and the horizontal guys is represented by what? Row numbers. Okay. Please, at any point in time, if I'm too fast or if you are not understanding what I'm saying, call my attention. To explain the interface more, you should notice that where my mouse is called the name box, all right? So the name box is actually giving you a hint of the particular cell that is what? Active. Is okay? So in Excel, the rows and the column intersect to form a cell, all right? So the cell is actually represented by the column letter and the row number. Is that making sense? The cell in Excel is represented by the column letter and the row number. So this particular cell that is active now is called cell F5 because it's in column F and is in row 5. Does that make sense? So I just color this cell now so that I just see it. This color cell is called cell F5 because it's in column F and is in row 5. Is that all right? Now, one other thing you notice that in Excel, you have what is called the formula bar. All right, this is the formula bar. Any formula that you are entering in Microsoft Excel appears here where my mouse is. It's all right. Don't be overwhelmed by all this because eventually you become used to it. All right. So this is just like an introduction. So don't go and start cramming anything. Okay, this is name box. Okay, this is formula bar. All right, this is column. This is F5. No. Just take it one at a time. It's all right. Now in Microsoft Excel, we also have the tool box, all right, where you have a whole lot of tools, and you have the menu bar where you have your menu, your home menu, your insert menu, your page layout, and all that. So Microsoft Excel is very, very broad. All right. You cannot say you actually master everything. You can actually master a particular part, then expand eventually. All right. Now, still back to our guide here, we have Excel workbook. You already know what Excel workbook is. You already know what Excel worksheet is. All right. So the Excel interface, rows and column. All right. So the Excel interface has rows and column, just like we've discussed before. Is okay. Then cell referencing in Microsoft Excel. Now, when you talk of cell referencing, is actually assigning the cell a particular name. So like we saw with F5, supposing we go to another cell, H5. H5, let me use another color to represent H5. So H5 is the cell where the column letter is H and the row number is what? Row 5. Hope that makes sense. Okay, it's very, very easy. Please, if I should go on, just type go on, all right, so that I know that I'm not talking to myself alone. I always want us to go together even as we work on Microsoft Excel. All right, so if I can continue, just type continue or go on. All right, having learned this, hope there's nothing else I'm missing. All right, let's just do something in Excel. All right, so remember I told us that what practice in Excel is very, very important. So I have, let me just type something, cell A. Okay, so I have cell B, cell B. So probably let me just change the color of this so that this will come out clearer. All right, so I have this set of data. Maybe I type in 3 here. Or let me say I type in 4 here and I type in 7 here. And I want to perform maybe addition. Okay, so supposing I want to perform addition, maybe sum. Okay, and maybe supposing I want to perform subtraction. Subtraction, some people call it minus. Please permit me to use the same minus. All right. So let me just load the whole of this. Okay. Then increase the size. All right. So that it will be visible to us. Let me increase it more. Okay. All right. Now in Excel, you can actually perform arithmetic functions. All right. So the arithmetic functions that you can perform include division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. So supposing I want to add cell A and B, how do I do it? Before you perform any calculation in Excel, you must precede it with what? An equal sign. Is that okay? So I hit equal to on my keyboard. Okay. So you notice that cell A, 4 is in which particular cell? Is in column F and what? Row 7. So 4 is in cell F7. Does that make sense? All right. So let's get this straight. 4 is in cell F7 because it's in column what? F and row 7. Is that making sense? So 7 is in which cell? 7 is in column H and row 7. So 7 is in F what? In H7. Is that right? So let me just use another number instead. So 6 is in column H and row 7. All right. So the cell reference of 6 is H7. The cell reference where number 4 is what? F7. Hope this is clear with cell referencing. So what you just need to do is to hit equal to. If I want to add the two together, I'll use my mouse and click where the number is. I notice that what? F7 will come up by default. Is that all right? F7 will come up by default. Then I input my plus sign and I now select the what? The second number. Is that all right? And when I hit enter, it is going to sum up the two numbers for me. Is that not how easy Microsoft Excel works? Is this not an easy task for you to do? So if you can do this in Microsoft Excel, then you can definitely do any other thing in Microsoft Excel. How about that? All right, let us go again. Supposing we want to do subtraction, you now hit equal to, you now select the cell where 4 is, hit minus on your keyboard, and you now select this other one, and you now hit enter, and it will give you what? -2, right? So this is super awesome because 4 minus 6 will actually give you -2, but 6 minus 4 will give you what? 2, right? So let's not bug ourselves about that, but this is actually what happens. You select your cell, you input your sign, and you select the second cell. That is how to perform arithmetic operations in Microsoft Excel. So you can actually perform other functions like multiplication. So supposing I have multiplication, right? All right, so supposing I want to multiply, what do? I hit what? Equal to first. I select my 4, where my cell where 4 is. Is that right? And I punch what? And I punch what? Your multiplication sign, which is asterisk, and I hit what? The second cell where 6 is. So once you are through, you hit enter and it should show you that. Thank you very much. Okay, can we all mute our mic? Thank you for bringing that to our notice. So someone says you should explain how to expand the column too. Okay, some of us are still novice. Now, thank you for bringing that to my notice. Sometimes I leave something else so that you bring it to my notice. All right, so we had multiplication here and it couldn't fit, but you notice that I was able to fit it correctly. So I'm going to copy this multiplication again and paste it here. All right, now in Microsoft Excel, you notice that multiplication is crossing over to where you have what? To column K. But that is not what we want. If you want to resize a cell or a column in Excel, you notice that my mouse button is like a kind of the plus sign. Is that okay? Or cross sign. But when I bring it to where J and K meet, okay, between it, the sign changes, okay? All right? Or the icon changes. So at this point, I can click down my left key and I can now drag to the what? Right, until I notice that what? It has fit in completely, right? But now it has not fit in completely, so I still have to drag more until it fits in completely. That is one way of resizing columns. Is that right? So what is the other way of resizing column? This one is very fast. What you need to do is to move your mouse at the point where J and K meet, then double click your left mouse button and it should fit automatically for you. Does that make sense? Is that clear? So we are going to be ending this session now. When we come back eventually, we are going to be performing this data summary Excel tasks. All right, so we are going to be learning Excel data summary skills. So I'm going to be ending this class. So as soon as I end it, make sure you join back immediately so that we can continue from where we stop. Okay, our time is up. Thank you very much.